Tereza Valentova shares feelings on Alexandre Eala's fans after beating her in Qatar. Alexandre Eala's time at the Qatar Open came to an end in the first round at the hands of Tereza Valentova. Eala versus Valentova was moved to center court in Qatar, such as the Filipinas' sudden popularity in the Middle East. The 20-year-old qualified through her ranking, while Valentova qualified for the event, but the Czech star outclassed Eala with a 7-6, 6-1 victory. After the match, Valentova praised the crowd, but admitted that she's played in front of one bigger stadium. Tereza Valentova hails amazing Qatar Open crowd after Alexandre Eala victory. Valentova looked impressive as she dismantled Eala to set up her second-round match with her compatriot Karolina Pliskova. Speaking on court after the match, the Czech star said, "It was a really challenging match. I was really prepared for it. I think I did a pretty good job. I know you wanted her to win, but the atmosphere was amazing. I was just enjoying the moment here, and I think she's a really good player. She's a really good fighter. So it was a really good match." However, Valentova said she was well prepared for the raucous atmosphere due to her Roland Garros 2025 appearance. The star played Frenchwoman Chloé Paquette in the first round of Roland Garros last year, and defeated her in 3 sets to deflate the home crowd. After doing the same in Qatar, Valentova said Roland Garros was bigger than the fans who flocked to see Eala. "I think I played in front of bigger crowds in the French Open, so I knew how it would work. I'm just super glad. I'm grateful that I can be here and to compete on this beautiful center court. I'm really glad that I won this tough match." Valentova is currently up to world number 39 in the WTA Tour rankings, which is a career ranking high for the teenager. Eala has achieved some extraordinary things in the past year, but she's also managed to notch up a terrible record. The 20-year-old's first-round match against Valentova continues Eala's horrible losing streak against Czech players. She has now lost 11 times in a row against Czech stars, dating back to her time on the ITF Tour, without picking up a single victory. Alexandre Eala's losing streak against Czech players. Tournament result: Tereza Valentova, 2026 Qatar Open, L. Tereza Valentova, 2025 Japan Open, L. Marketa Vondrousova, 2025 Canadian Open, L. Barbora Krejcikova, 2025 Wimbledon, L. Linda Fruhvirtova, 2025 Birmingham Open, L. Marie Buzkova, 2024 Jiangxi Open, L. Katerina Siniakova, 2024 Wuhan Open, L. Marie Buzkova, 2024 Guadalajara Open, L. Tereza Martinkova, 2024 ITF Slovakia, L. Anastasia Zarica, 2022 ITF Gran Canaria, L. Eala has now lost to the likes of Marketa Vondrousova, Barbora Krejcikova, and Katerina Siniakova on her wretched run. The star has now also lost to Valentova twice in a row, having been defeated by the teenager at the Japan Women's Open last year. Tereza Valentova reflects on facing Alexandre Eala and her fans in Qatar, a story of respect, growth, and the power of the crowd. In the hushed moments after her pivotal match at the Qatar TotalEnergies Open in Doha, 18-year-old Czech tennis sensation Tereza Valentova sat under the bright lights, breathing in the electric atmosphere that had surrounded her encounter with Alexandre Eala. It was far more than a routine match. It was a collision of talent, passion, and cultural energy on a stage befitting one of the WTA Tour's premier events. Valentova had just accomplished a significant milestone, defeating Eala in a tight first set, and then asserting herself decisively in the second to reach the second round. Her scoreline, 7-6, 8-6, 6-1, didn't just reflect her tennis skills. It was a testament to her mental resilience and ability to hold her own amid a charged crowd. But what truly stood out in this moment wasn't just the result. It was how Valentova processed the energy and influence of Eala's fans. When the crowd becomes part of the story. Alexandre Eala's ascent on the WTA Tour has been remarkable. At just 20 years old, she broke into the top 40 and has drawn passionate support from around the world, particularly from Filipino tennis fans known for their vibrant, heartfelt enthusiasm. In Doha, this fan energy was unmistakable, loud, encouraging, and passionately behind Eala every step of the way. After the match, Valentova was asked about what it felt like to play in front of such an energized crowd, many of whom were cheering not for her, but for her opponent. Her response was honest, grounded, and revealing, a blend of respect, self-assurance, and tennis maturity. embracing the moment, not the noise. I think I've played in front of bigger crowds at the French Open, Valentova said with a calm smile, referencing one of her earlier breakthroughs. Yet there was no dismissiveness in her tone, just acknowledgement. So I know how this is working. This was a really challenging match. I was really prepared for it, and I was just enjoying every moment here. Her words reveal something deeper about her mindset. She sees supportive crowds as part of the sport's texture, not a hurdle to overcome. Rather than be intimidated by vocal support for Eala, she internalized the challenge and used it as fuel for her performance. This reflects a kind of emotional intelligence that, for many athletes, is just as important as technical prowess on the court. The ability to remain grounded, even when the odds, the crowd, or the spotlight seem to favor someone else, is a hallmark of a rising star. Why the fans matter, even when they are not cheering for you. The presence of Eala's supporters in Qatar was significant. Many Filipino fans have traveled great distances and created waves across tournaments, earning attention from veteran players and commentators alike. It's been described as absolutely wild, passionate, and deeply connected to every point played by their beloved champion. Valentova recognized that this wasn't just noise. It was passion. Tennis isn't played in a vacuum. It is one of the few global sports where the crowd's voice can sway momentum, lift confidence, and sometimes even alter the psychological landscape of a match. Yet, Valentova didn't retreat from this. She engaged with it, albeit on her own terms. Her previous experiences, especially her first tour-level match at Roland Garros, where she faced down a hostile crowd and emerged victorious, have taught her resilience. She has learned how to turn what might distract others into a backdrop for her own excellence. A shared respect between rivals. One of the most striking aspects of Valentova's comments was a respect for both the fans and her opponent. She didn't criticize the crowd or dismiss Eala's support base as a disadvantage. Instead, she acknowledged that a passionate fan presence is a gift to the sport, a sign that tennis still inspires deep connection and loyalty. It was this maturity, this appreciation for what fans bring to the game, that set her apart. In an era where so much discussion revolves around rivalry, competition, and national pride, Valentova's willingness to recognize and honor another player's supporters speaks volumes about her character. The broader meaning of this moment. In the world of professional tennis, matches are often distilled into mere statistics, wins, losses, rankings. But what happened between Valentova and Eala in Doha was more nuanced. It was a reminder that crowds add emotional texture to sport. Fans give identity to players and create legacies that stretch beyond the baseline.